Hi, my name is Sarah Blas. I am the founder and executive director of the Staten Island Therapeutic Gardens, and I am so excited to join the Staten Island Museum for the third annual citywide campaign for Earth Day with how-to videos. Today, I'm going to briefly discuss how to use your love of gardening to cultivate community change. Before I get started on 3 easy tips to do that, I just want to give a shout out to Dan Chilton. I am recording at the Family and Community Garden right here on Westerville Avenue on the North Shore, run by NYRP. And Dan Chilton is absolutely inspirational and really does utilize his love of gardening to cultivate community change. So let's dive right in. The first tip: food justice or food sovereignty. So let's talk a little bit about what food justice really means, right? Food justice is really all about making sure that our communities are built in a way that they're pro-healthy, that everyone has access, quick, easy, affordable access to healthy produce and healthy food options. And one way you can utilize your community, your love of gardening to help the community in that way is by donating extra produce that comes out of your garden to your local food pantries. If you check out our website, StatenIslandTherapeuticGardens.org, and that's gardens with an S, there's a complete list of food pantries, community gardens, even the occasional pop-up produce events by our partners that happen across Staten Island where you can donate fresh produce. And let's not forget, sometimes we have neighbors that can also utilize that produce, so no amount of giving is too small. Next, we're going to talk a little about our second way that we can utilize our love of gardening to cultivate community change, and that's through programming. I can't stress this enough. Gardens can be so therapeutic, and programming can be with your family, it can be with your neighbors, or it can even be at large community gardens with the community at large. Don't be discouraged by COVID-19 pandemic. Programming can still happen virtually. So the Staten Island Therapeutic Gardens utilizes virtual programming for our yoga, our therapeutic art classes, and even our healing circles. So take a look at your garden. What happens when you sit in it, and what do you feel? What are some of the things that you think about? Some of the problems that you might want to solve while sitting there in that very calming space? Perhaps it's sharing stories about parenthood, maybe even taking a look at some of the things that are in your community that you want to change. What are some of those programs that you can bring into your garden space? And again, let's remember that you can also do this with family members because your families are a part of the community as well. So again, some of our programming can look like Tai Chi, nutritional classes, yoga, all kinds of amazing things. But what's important is that you're tailoring the programming to the people that are participating, making sure it's culturally appropriate and it's just really what people need. Step number 3, we're going to talk a little bit about building civic trust. And I get this question all the time. What does gardening have to do with civic trust? And how on earth can that help the community? Well, I'll tell you. There's something really special about having nonpartisan voter registration events in a therapeutic space while you're gardening, while you're talking about community change, and really allowing that holistic vibe to help drive safe conversations around what you want to see change in your community. So if you're at home gardening or at your local community garden, bring those conversations into this space. Invite your elected officials to garden with you and use that as an opportunity to cultivate conversations of change. Last but not least, gardening is just absolutely fun. We want to make sure that when we're thinking about community change, that we're sharing all of our positive experiences on social media, within our networks, outside of our networks, and just letting people know that gardening can be a tool to really lift the spirits and connect with each other, whether we're gardening in person or we're gardening in a virtual way. Thank you so much for joining my how-to video. If you want to take a deeper dive into any of the items that I just talked about, feel free to message me or join us on our website. Thank you so much, and have a happy Earth Day.